Hey there, Randall. Crystal Cahill here from Burn and Crystal. No, it's Crystal and Burn, isn't it? Yeah. This is a video response to Randall's question about autism. So here's my response. But first, some housekeeping. I'm smoking my sandblasted tan shell Dunhill with some what you call it? McClellan Anniversary from a 2005 tin. My God, it's good. Anyway, okay. I'm holding this with my hand, so I keep putting my hand in the way, don't I? All right, let's discuss this. Shadrack, my friend, you've been through hell and back. You've beaten the fiery flames. And you must have Meshach and Abednego nearby. God bless you. I think of this in the same terms as I think of peanut allergy. When the hell did kids become allergic to freaking peanut butter? Peanut butter. Children have been eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for centuries, and people didn't die of it unless they choked on one. But not on peanut butter. Now kids can't be in the same room because if it's in the air, they blow up. They can't breathe. What happened? Now, this isn't just like one rare instance. This is happening everywhere. I work in a school system. I go to not just one school, I go to several schools. And every school that I go to, there's kids with this allergy. Dangerously so. Okay, what's that got to do with autism? Same thing. Where the heck did that come from? Okay, we've always had what at one time we called retards. Shameful word, right? Rose by any other name. No, it is a terrible sounding word. But the bottom line is that these are children that are severely challenged in one way or another. Not always severely, to different degrees. But we've found that there are different levels of this, or different types of this. We know that there's a difference between Down syndrome and autism. We have more autism coming up. I don't know if autism was always around, because we didn't have a name for it at one time. So, is it new? Or is this something that's been around for a while? Also, autism. When you look at all the little quirks that autistic people can have, not just one person, but all of these children, you look at their quirks, a lot of them are the same, and some of them are different. But you realize you have some of those quirks. We all do. Every single one of us. I don't care who you are. I haven't met a single person that doesn't have some quirk. It's just that kids with autism have so many quirks, it's like being drowned in them. We're not drowning, we're swimming. You know, come on, I have a thing where I gotta click my fingers together. I have to put my right foot over a line before my left foot. It's like a more complicated OCD or something, I don't know. But where does it come from? Where does it come from? Has to be something something that has happened in the past, 50 years maybe? They don't give vaccinations anymore for smallpox. Why? Do we have to have these other ones? I'm a nurse, and I work with children with severe disabilities. The children that I work with as a nurse are really severe. These are kids that don't walk, don't talk. Some of them don't eat. They're tube fed through a tube put through their stomach. That's a little bit different, of course, but being in that capacity, I am also in and around a lot of autistic children. I know a lot of autistic children. I have a nephew who is autistic. I have a lot of friends with autistic children. I have worked with autistic children. So I'm thinking of everything that comes together, and what comes together is that, what is it, MMR injection? I think a lot of it has to do with, here we go again. First of all, you know, we eat things, chemicals and everything, sure. Maybe that predisposes us to, you know, when we get that shot, that it has this detrimental effect. Then again, it could be genetic. Now, I personally know a set of triplets, and they are identical. All three of them are autistic. So is it genetics? It happened to them. Same time. Is that genetic, or is that because they got the shots? Getting a multitude of shots all at once, we seem to push the amount of shots that we give. You know, it used to be you got your shots before you started school. You didn't start school till you were 5. You went to kindergarten. Now kids are going to nursery school. You know, parents are putting them out there. They're still in diapers. There are infants in school. Before you can go to school, you have to have certain shots. And so, you're going to get a slathering of them all at one time. Wow. That's got to be rough on the system. It's got to be rough on the brain to just take on all those chemicals all in one shot. Back to the triplets, I also knew twins. Not identical. One is autistic. One is not. There has to be something in the body that would predispose them. Just like someone who is automatically allergic to bee stings. Some of us are allergic and some of us are not. And when that venom is introduced, some of us are bothered by it and some of us are not. Okay, so that MMR affects some people and not other people. Why more people today? I don't think it's more people today. I think it's more people since the MMR. I talk too much, my pipe goes out. You look at all the food additives. You combine all this crap that we eat, even in baby food. There's enzymes and everything else added to baby food. When you look at all the crap that we eat, and you put it together with this medication that could affect you if your genes are just so, you've got that predisposition. I see that as being the bottom line, and I think if you didn't get the shot, it wouldn't happen. You'd have all that other stuff in the background, but the shot didn't happen, so it didn't happen to you. You didn't have the predisposition. You did have the predisposition, and you did eat all the junk, but you never had the shot. It didn't happen to you. So it's the shot, and not just that shot. I'm sure that's the biggest one, but you put all these together. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Our bodies can only take so much. We adapt, but how do we adapt? We adapt by becoming allergic to peanut butter. Can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No. No. Something's just not right. Now let's go on a upside, okay? Let's talk an upside bit. Okay, first of all, is there a cure? No. Will there be a cure? I think there will be more of a preventative rather than a cure. If we ever get out of the pockets of if the insurance companies and the pharmaceuticals ever get out of our pockets, if they ever come around and be human, be kind. But what we have to do now is learn what to do with it. We have autism here in front of us. What do we do with it? I'll tell you what, every autistic child that I've ever met is a blessing. I know that sounds rough to a parent that's torturing themselves with, what has gone wrong, but there's a blessing there somewhere. I know they have a hard time focusing on you and everything, but these children seem to have another sense of things. They have senses about other people. I've met children that see auras. I never believed in this stuff, but these kids see it. And they react to it. Some of these, you think of Rain Man, who could count and memorize, and these are good things. They teach us something too. What's her name? Temple Grandin. If you've ever seen that movie, this is a brilliant woman. These children just need direction. She was very fortunate to have good support and help to understand herself. And Randall, I think your son is one of those, because he wants to understand himself. I'm getting low here on time. My oldest daughter works with autistic children. Well, she did. She and her husband both did. They're now looking for a new position. They're no longer working where they were because the school that she was working at decided to change their methods. And the methods that they were using were perfect. They have children that are now going to college that have come out of their school. They have children that were not speaking that are now having conversations. My daughter is a type of a behaviorist, and her husband, type of a behaviorist, but they don't teach this kind of behaviorism in school. You can't become a behaviorist for this through college because they don't offer it. this is something that you need to do through mentoring and through, they have their conferences that she has to go to, you know, and each one credits her higher and higher. And that was the capacity she was working in. And I've seen so many. There's a young man who, his name is Danson. He wrote a book. There's other kids I've seen write beautiful poetry, but they can't speak. Find out what your child can do. Find out. And yes, make videos of you talking to him. That child is a blessing, and he's a blessing to the rest of the community, because of him, you're bringing this out. And because you're bringing this out, who knows what's going to happen. I see everything you're doing as possibly opening the eyes of many people. And God bless you, and may the flames that are around you never singe you and come out with not even smelling of smoke. Okay? I know sometimes I speak harsh in ways that come out harsh, and I don't mean them that way. I've got a great love for autistic and challenged children. That's my thing. That and quadriplegics. I'm also a private duty nurse. I take care of a quadriplegic man. And this is a really big deal for me. I really am glad to see you doing this, Randall. Thank you. And God bless. Adios.